Happy Friday, students. My name is Scott Bullard, and I'm the president of Pfeiffer University, and I've met many of you this week on your first week here in Meisenheimer. But nevertheless, this fall, some of our interactions have been somewhat muted as we adjust to life here on our beautiful campus in the village in Meisenheimer. I hope you are enjoying your first week of classes, whether you are engaging your faculty members in person or online. You've been given a wonderful opportunity to be here to read some of the greatest words ever written in your general education classes and to explore the world around you with new conversation partners, professors and staff members who have PhDs and other terminal degrees and vast life experiences, and fellow students from all over the state, all over the country, and all over the world with diverse perspectives to match their diverse backgrounds. In many ways, this is what a liberal arts education is all about, exploring your gifts, the world's needs, and the greatest ideas ever written or thought, with new friends who are engaged in the same pursuit. I've brought some of my favorite texts that I've read in this past year and just thought I'd share some of those with you. Anita Diamant has written The Red Tent. It is a novel, but just imagine that a woman wrote the first two books of the Hebrew Bible, Genesis and Exodus. It is a fantastic vision of that world from a female's perspective. Gilead, a winner of the Pulitzer Prize, a novel by Marilynne Robinson, and the story of a thoughtful, elderly, dying man writing letters to his son that his son might read when he becomes 18. Reading a little philosophy on justice by John Rawls, the famous Yale philosopher, and sort of pairing that with a new book, The Road South, by a friend of mine, B.J. Hollers, that works in a college in Wisconsin. And B.J. has interviewed many of our African American heroes who were freedom riders in the 60s, and he pairs their stories and essays about them with some great thoughts on history and political philosophy. Lifelong learning. Lifelong learning aside friends who are reading other matters. That is the beauty of a university. Now, as we enter the weekend, which is the first real weekend of college for some of you, I want to say a couple of things to you. First, we're glad that you're here, and we're glad that the weekend typically gives you the opportunity to do some new activities with some of your new friends. Whether you're going out to one of our lakes or rivers or parks with your new friends, or you stay on campus, we want you to relax and get to know more about your roommate or that new friend you made in your class. Learn about their talents. Learn about each other's hometowns and interests, what you have in common other than, she wants to be a nurse too. That too is what university life is all about, making lifelong friends. However, let me quickly add that we cannot forget the situation in which we find ourselves. COVID-19 is still with us and all around us. In fact, I speak to you today knowing that we've already had one diagnosed case on our campus. Pfeiffer is much smaller and has many advantages over large public universities located in urban population centers. We believe, in fact, that we are in better position to keep you safe in these days than those fine places. However, in this utterly different fall semester, as we move into the weekend, let me be clear, just like the residence halls at the University of North Carolina and other places, we too are just one misguided group get-together one misguided big old keg party away from being in the very same situation as our friends at UNC, NC State, and other schools who are currently being forced to move to remote learning models. I therefore encourage you to get together this weekend, but to use your brains as you do it. I want you to have a good time. I want you to get to know your new suite mate in settings other than the classroom. But I do not expect to learn on Monday that the Meisenheimer Police Department had to break up a huge party here in Rao Hall or across campus in New Hall, where huge crowds had gathered and or masks weren't being worn. At larger schools, the problem hasn't necessarily been in the classroom, but rather in residence halls and apartment complexes where you live, relax, and celebrate life together. So as we move into the weekend, keep your guard up. Practice safe distancing just as if it were a Monday or a Tuesday. Wear your mask when around others just as if it were a Wednesday. And have fun getting to know your new friends. I look forward to the day when I don't have to give these talks about COVID-19. I look forward to the day when I want to address you and we can simply gather as an entire university in Murner Gymnasium for this kind of chat. Your staff, your faculty love you and want to be present with you and to you. And the more discipline we embody and exercise now, the sooner that day will come. I look forward to sharing that day with you, and whatever you choose to do this weekend, I look forward to hearing about how disciplined you were. I hope that you know that I am praying for you, and I am thankful for your prudence and your wisdom. Police Chief McGinnis and his team, along with Pfeiffer staff, will be a little more visible this weekend than on a normal weekend. They're just helping you make good decisions. And I hope you know that we are in this together. And as we go into this weekend, always remember, wear your mask. Go Falcons.